This is Governor Hogan in the Washington Post. This is Governor Hogan in the Washington Post, and he's given a posthumous pardon to a man that was lynched. I was kidnapped by the state because I was making a documentary about racism, the Republican and the Democratic Party, talking about slavery in the 21st century and the war on drugs. I was kidnapped from my home. That's me. I own Shorty's Underground. Harriet Tubman's Underground. This ain't my fight. This is our struggle. I was kidnapped from my home and held for 56 days. The same way that you gave this posthumous pardon, you got evidence and knowledge of my kidnapping. I was kidnapped by the state because I was making a documentary about racism. It's the Supreme Court, 2007. That's me. In reply to your letter and submission to referred office of the Chief Justice on April of 2010, under Article 3 of the Constitution, the jurisdiction of the court extends only to considerations of cases of meritorious controversies brought before the court on the lower court's accordance. All right. I asked to go to the Supreme Court in Illinois and in Maryland for a 1986 case, the war on drugs. I want to go to the Supreme Court to end the war on drugs. All right. To end the war on drugs. It's David Irwin, 2007. All right, the Country Red Store. See the case? 86 CF 4988. That's the case right there. All right. And Governor Hogan got all this. Governor Hogan has all of this right here. That's me, LLC. I was making a movie. That's me. That's Mayor Pugh. That's the Department of Justice, Robert Hardin. That's 2018. That's Governor O'Malley, 2013. That's States Attorney Mosby, 2016. That's the Court Commissioner, 2017. That's Judge Bennett, 2018. That's Judge Turnbull, all right, 2000. That's Greg Bernstein, 2013. That's State's Attorney Nearham, all right, Waukegan, Illinois. That's Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. That's Scott Shellenberger. That's Chief Police Johnson. That's Judge Cox, all right, that's Judge Cox. That's Governor Hogan. That's Governor Hogan, and that's Governor Hogan, all right, and that says right there, Grand Jury of Supreme Court. You see that? Grand Jury of Supreme Court. Because I was kidnapped by the state on February the 7th, 2011. I was kidnapped by the state. And you had a Howard County lynching memorial. And everybody here heard me when I came up here. Dr. Alvin Hathaway, you heard me. Governor Hogan, I missed you. Johnny Oleski seen me. Adrian Jones, I missed you. Chief Hyatt, I missed you. Chief Hyatt is a witness. And Chief Hyatt has evidence and knowledge. And Chief Hyatt got a criminal complaint. Brian Frost has information. Like I said, I was making movies, and this is the outhouse, and I used toilets to do it. I was kidnapped because I was making a documentary about your prison industry. That's February the 2nd, 2011. I blew the whistle on you right there. Interstate complaint. That's Mayor Pugh, and that's the state prosecutor. All right? You see that? I contacted Chief Justice Roberts of the Supreme Court. I was making a movie about the war on drugs. You see right here, in 2008, I was illegally incarcerated. President Obama asked for an investigation. See that? Eric Holder, Rod Rosenstein. Y'all made me famous for toilets, and I run with that shit. Governor Hogan is shielding the corruption and the racism, and he's shielding the illegal war on drugs. Reagan and Reaganomics. That's right there. 2010, Baltimore Circuit Court. This is to prove I was making a movie about racism in the judicial system. That's the notary. And that's the movie, Commode Motion. Get Shorty. You feel me? Get Shorty. This toilet is a political statement. And we're talking about inmates and prisoners. And that's my film director. I have no ties to him anymore. But just like the Westboro Baptist Church, I got a freedom of speech. The toilet don't care if you black. The toilet don't care if you white. I made a statement with the toilets. And Senator Cardin's got the toilet. President Trump got a toilet. You feel me? Because the toilet don't care if you black, white, straight, or gay. It don't care if you Democrat. It don't care if you Republican. A toilet is in a jail cell, and that's where you need to be. If Governor Blagojevich can go to jail, Governor Hogan can go to jail too for shielding the corruption. Governor Hogan had us removed from the ballot in the 2014 election. That's voter suppression by Governor Hogan. Anything I say about Governor Hogan, I got recorded phone calls. You got two faces of Governor Hogan. You got a legacy of lies. In 2021, we're going to bring this to the Supreme Court. That's Harriet Tubman. This ain't my fight. This our struggle. I'm the founding member of the Baltimore Block. This is to show you that I was making a movie. All right? This is for my movie release, so you can't sue me. And also contact information for upcoming events. Thank you very much. That's from 2009. This material was stolen in 2011, but I got a backup plan. It was about policing in Baltimore County. That's Adam Jackson, that's Ivan Bates, and that's the Baltimore Sun. And they know all about this. Get Shorty. Shorty, pull your mask up? No, Brandon Scott got this. Job Opportunity Task Force. Like I said, I was making a movie. That's Governor Hogan. That's Governor Hogan, and that's Ronald Reagan. And Ronald Reagan invented the war on drugs, and Governor Hogan's doing the same thing with his crime plan and his crime bill. It ain't stop the violence. It's in the war on drugs. It ain't stop the violence. It's lock up the black Americans. It ain't stop the violence. It's the war on drugs. Reaganomics. Like I said, I was making a movie, and that's evidence. Racism in the judicial system. That's the Baltimore Sun. You got a story called Shorty. That's ABC, CBS, and Fox 45. So that complaint about racism that Mosby had, I got a bigger one. These are the kids in Baltimore. These are the kids in the community that I serve. These are the supporters of Shorty. And Governor Hogan got this. I was making a movie. 2015, Arts and Promotion, Baltimore, New York, Philadelphia, Chicago. All right, you got that? Because here it is. That's my lawyer, John Bailey and Karen Levy. That's the case in Illinois when I was kidnapped. And that's Governor Hogan. That's Governor Hogan. To whom it may concern. It's making a movie about Governor Hogan. Letters Design. You can Google search it. All right? Letters Design. It's a Ghetto Da Vinci Code. And you're in it. Brandon Scott, pull your mask up. You're in it. It's the Baltimore City Police Department, and that's me. This is Starbucks Cafe, and that's me. That's us. This is the toilet, because the toilet don't care if you're black, white, straight, or gay. The toilet is what it is. It's a toilet. It's a common denominator. So for homelessness and mass incarceration, I use a toilet. I was on the wire. I was the cook. You know who he is. Like I said, I'm making a movie about Baltimore. Baltimore Rewired. The Baltimore City Police Department, where the drunk gun task force been robbing drug dealers and killing people. And you didn't charge no Baltimore City Police with murder. It's about our fathers, and our fathers being father in the community. All right? Like I said, we not slaves, we free men. And these free men is doing the work. I was making a movie. I'm the cook. And that's the Supreme Court of Illinois. You feel me? This is the evidence that y'all destroyed in 2011. This is the evidence that y'all destroyed in 2011. Shorty documentary. And Governor Hogan got this. Shorty documentary. Shorty documentary. Judge Foreman. See that? Shorty documentary. Miss Nixon. Shorty documentary. See the people in it? Shorty documentary. See the people? Shorty documentary. See the people? Shorty documentary. See the people? Shorty documentary. Letters to my president. That was one of the 14 movies I made. Letters to My President. President Bush, President Obama, and you got it. You got this. And so does these elected officials. All these elected officials know all about my kidnapping. All these elected officials know about my kidnapping. And Adrienne Jones ain't opened her mouth. Racism don't work without black cooperation. And you got racism in Annapolis. You got racism in your media. Like I said, we're going to the Supreme Court with the toilet. If I don't get the grand jury and I don't get my freedom, we're going to next stop is the Supreme Court. A writ of certiorari. We're going to show Fox 45 the role that they played in this. Because Kai Jackson did the first story on me in 1997. Asking. The movie was about Mary Pat Clark. It was about your Baltimore City Council. Yeah. Like I said, I'm making a movie. And ain't no Loggins making a movie. And that's Fox 45. You see that? You see that? That's Fox 45. It's the Minority Report. That's one of the movies. The Minority Report. But Letters to Zion is the movie that y'all got mad about. Because I used the toilet. Jesus had a cross. Martin had a dream. Malcolm got a gun. Shorty got a toilet. I'm good in any hood in Baltimore. I wear my hoodie to work. That's my uniform. And we talking about Ed Norris, crime and justice. Fox 45 ain't going to talk about white criminals. Fox 45 is going to give white criminals a pass. But they're going to try to demonize Mosby. What about Scott Shellenberger? Let's talk about the hate toward Hispanics. Because like I said, this from 2004. Y'all was planting drugs on suspects in 2000. Feel me? I got a documentary about you, drug shakedowns. What about that? You feel me? That's Vanessa Attenberry. She has all this information. All that information is right there. Those are the mail receipts. Those are the criminal charges. Like I said, racism don't work without black cooperation. You running a criminal enterprise and you running a plantation. So you need to go to jail like Blagojevich did. These are the supporters of Shorties. I had white people standing up for me. A movie about racism. You want a ceasefire? You got to end the war on drugs. Or you ain't got no ceasefire. Death and murder ain't going to never stop until you address the root of the problem. It's the war on drugs. You feel me? It's the war on drugs. Keep your friends close and your enemy closer. Racism don't work without black cooperation. Kwasi and Fumi got evidence and won't open his mouth. Brian Scott has evidence and won't open his mouth. Jack Young got evidence and won't open his mouth. These 3 black men left me in jail. And they make money off of locking up black men. That's their job. The 1986 crime bill, Kwasi and Fumi signed off on it. You feel me? Kwasi and Fumi signed off on that. I went to jail in 86 behind the crime bill. So me and Kwasi, we tied together. And Brandon is in between. And y'all been making money off black bodies for the longest. That's Brian Frost. He was there. Brian Frost has evidence and knowledge. Like I said, when I see you in public, I'm going to put the camera in your face. That's Kirk Smoke. He asked to end the war on drugs. That's Judge Bell and the Maryland University of Law professor, Doug Colbert. And that's the Minority Report. And y'all is in there. Like I said, I was making a movie, The Great Race Debate, 2009. Y'all locked me up because I asked for Martin Luther King's job. You feel me? You can't claim to be Christian and Christ-like and not do Christian things. If you deny you know me on earth, are you going to deny you know me in heaven? These are the civil rights violations. And you see this? 2007. Dear Mr. Davis, thank you for contacting the controller's office. You feel me? And it says right here, if you suspect tax fraud regarding your federal taxes, it is your responsibility to contact the Internal Revenue Service. I am providing you with contact information for the IRS and suggesting you contact the Federal Trade Commission, the Credit Bureau, and your local police department. I contacted Brian Frost, Governor Hogan, the Department of Justice. Robert Hur works for Governor Hogan now. Robert Hur has my criminal complaint, federal criminal complaint. I was kidnapped. Kidnapping is a federal offense. This is the Howard Johnson Lynching Memorial. This is a legal notice. Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Lake County, Illinois. People of the state of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. You feel me? That's Governor Thompson. That's your elected officials. And it says right here, the Dred Scott decision of 1857. I was making a documentary based on Dred Scott. And Governor Hogan know all about it. Governor Hogan know all about it. Because it's about your prison industry and the drug war. You see that? A gray Chevy Suburban. Maryland tags. All right? And y'all took that. We talking about kidnapping. And this is the Jailhouse Diary. I kept a Jailhouse Diary. I kept a Jailhouse Diary and Governor Hogan got it. Governor Hogan got it. Brian Frost got it. And the state took property from me. You kidnapped me. You stole me from my family. You feel me? You stole me from my family. That's the Supreme Court. That's me. And that's Governor Hogan. So if you did this proclamation, I'm not dead. I'm still breathing. That's the Maryland State Attorney General, 2012. Brian Frost, Doug Gansler, mental health. I was kidnapped by the state, and Adam May got this information. You go to WJZ, y'all got FCC violations. You need to play the whole tape to the community, the 1.5-hour interview. I signed off on that. We're talking about parole and probation. So Governor Hogan, it's time for you to do your job. Do your job or go to jail. You got slavery in the 21st century. Slavery in the 21st century. Parole and probation. It was a lynching.